Title, I stopped dreaming, and that's when it started. I remember my last dream. Not clearly, not like a normal memory. It feels distant, like something I wasn't supposed to keep. But there's one part I can't forget. I was standing in a hallway, long, narrow, no windows, just doors on both sides. Every single one of them was closed. And I knew, without knowing how, that each door was a dream. Different lives, different moments, different versions of me. Some good, some not. I reached for one of the doors. Just one. That's all I wanted. But before I could touch it, I heard something behind me, a voice, calm, close, too close. It said, "Careful, if you stop now, they'll notice." I turned around and I woke up. That was 6 months ago. I haven't dreamed since, and that's when everything started. At first, it felt like nothing. You wake up, you go on with your day. People don't talk about dreams that much anyway, so I didn't think about it. But after a week, I noticed something. I wasn't tired at all, not normal, well-rested. I mean, something else. It felt like my body wasn't going through sleep the way it used to. No drifting, no fading in and out, just black, like someone flipping a switch off and then back on. 8 hours gone, no in between, and at first, that felt like a good thing. More energy, clearer head, no nightmares, no weird dream logic, just silence. But then I realized something worse. It wasn't just the dreams that stopped. Something else was missing too. It started small. So small I almost ignored it. I was brushing my teeth one morning, looking in the mirror. Same routine, same face, but I noticed something off. My eyes, they looked sharper, not physically, just more aware. Like I wasn't zoning out anymore. Like something in my brain had switched to full alert and stayed there. I shrugged it off, went to work, talked to people, laughed. Everything seemed normal, but then someone said something that stuck with me. "You okay?" my coworker asked. "Yeah," I said. "Why?" He hesitated, then said, "You just don't blink as much." I started paying attention after that, to small things, the kind of things you usually ignore, and once you notice them, you can't unsee them. I timed it, counted how often I blinked, less than normal, way less. And not just that, I wasn't getting distracted anymore. No random thoughts, no drifting off, no daydreaming, nothing. It was like my mind had been cleaned, stripped down to just awareness, just observation. At first, it felt like control, like clarity, but the more I paid attention, the more it felt like something had been taken away, not given. That's when I started noticing the nights, not during sleep, after small things, objects slightly out of place. A chair moved a few inches, a cup on the wrong side of the sink. Nothing major, nothing you could prove, but enough to make you stop and think, did I do that? I told myself I must have. Sleepwalking maybe, even though I never had before. But one night, I tested it. I placed my keys on the table, perfectly aligned with the edge, took a photo, went to sleep. When I woke up, they were gone. I searched everywhere, kitchen, couch, floor, nothing. Then I checked my phone, and that's when my stomach dropped. There was a video, recorded at 3:12 a.m. I don't remember pressing record. I don't remember waking up, but I hit play anyway. At first, it was just darkness, then movement. The camera shifted, and I saw my apartment from the corner of the room, like someone was holding the phone, watching, and then I walked into frame. I've seen videos of myself before. This wasn't the same. The way I moved, it was wrong. Too smooth, too deliberate, like every motion was controlled, calculated. I walked to the table, picked up the keys, stared at them for too long. Then I looked directly at the camera, at myself, and smiled. Not a normal smile. Something empty, like the expression came first and the emotion never followed. Then the video ended. I tried to be rational, sleepwalking, some kind of parasomnia. There had to be an explanation. So I did what anyone would do. I set up another test, this time more controlled. I placed objects around the apartment, took photos, locked my bedroom door from the inside, and kept my phone next to me, recording all night. When I woke up, everything was different. The door was open. I know I locked it. I remember the click, but it was open, and the objects, every single one had moved, perfectly arranged, not randomly, but deliberately, like someone had reorganized my entire space. I grabbed my phone, checked the recording, and hit play. This time, I didn't walk into frame. The camera was already facing the bed, facing me, sleeping, or at least something that looked like me. And then I saw it move. The thing in the bed sat up, slowly, too slowly, like it was learning how to move. It turned its head, not naturally, not smoothly, more like piece by piece, until it was looking directly at the camera, at me. But I was still asleep. I could see myself, still lying there, eyes closed, breathing, and yet something else was sitting up, watching. The thing tilted its head, like it was curious, studying the camera. Then it stood up, walked closer, and crouched in front of the phone, close enough that I could see every detail of its face, my face. But the eyes, they weren't right. Too focused, too aware, like it wasn't human. And then it whispered something, so quiet I almost missed it. I replayed it 5 times, 10, until I finally understood. It said, "You're not supposed to see this." I didn't go to work that day. I didn't leave the apartment. I just sat there, trying to process what I had seen, because there were only 2 options. Either I was losing my mind, or something else was happening, something worse. Because if that thing wasn't me, then what is it? And why does it only come out when I sleep? Or more importantly, why did it start when I stopped dreaming? I kept going back to that last dream. The hallway, the doors, the voice. If you stop now, they'll notice. I didn't understand it before, but now it felt like a warning. Like dreaming wasn't random, like it served a purpose. What if dreams aren't just thoughts? What if they're barriers? And by stopping them, I removed something that was keeping whatever that is away. I tried not to sleep. That was the only solution I could think of. If it only happens when I'm asleep, then don't sleep. Simple, at least in theory. The first night wasn't too bad. Second night, harder. By the third, everything started to blur. Not dreams, not hallucinations, just pressure, like something was pushing against the edges of my mind, waiting. And then, on the fourth night, I heard it. Not outside, not in the room, inside. The voice wasn't loud, but it was clear, closer than anything I've ever heard. It said, "You think that stops it?" I froze, because I hadn't fallen asleep, not even for a second, which means whatever that thing is doesn't need me to be asleep anymore. I slowly turned toward the mirror, and for a moment, everything looked normal. Then, my reflection blinked, and I didn't. I used to be afraid of nightmares. Now I understand something worse. Dreams weren't the problem. They were the only thing keeping it from waking up. And now, it doesn't need them anymore.